And welcome back. Another week has passed and possibilities are growing and everything has been just very exciting. I have now officially signed up for something that I promise, tell you more about as the weeks unfold. I'll give you a little bit more information today, but as I'm still in the get signed up and get going mode, I don't want to send off the wrong signal or invite anyone to something prematurely. That said, this YouTube channel, The Journey Unfolds, is where I do want you to be part of this and follow along and share your experiences and your comments. And I would love to hear what's resonating for you. Because what this channel really is about going forward is how is God using me? How is God using me to support others? And that is something that I take very seriously. And of course, I feel very honored to have heard the call. Now, I want to just talk a little bit about where things are at and where things are going. As I shared last time, I have been in business now for 15 years. And over that time, I can't even tell you how many people have approached me to pursue side hustles. Things like, shall we say, Mary Kay or Peppered Chef or digital marketing opportunities or the list goes on and on and on. And I've never been opposed to those things. But one thing I can tell you about me is that I'm not going to say yes to something unless I feel 100% aligned. It has to feel like it checks all the boxes, that the values are aligned with what I believe in, that integrity is at the center of it, and there's a bunch of other things that come into play as well. But here's the thing, I have a high sensitivity to integrity, to things being done from an ethical framework. And if I get so much as a whiff of something that is scammy, gross, empty promises, you can be rich in 2 days kind of nonsense, I will do the exact opposite. I will run the other direction and I will make sure I stay far, far away. So if you're like me in that regard, well, you're in the right place. And so I want to just talk to you a little bit about discernment. So a couple months ago now, I first heard about this opportunity that I'm going to share with you through a friend who really just became a friend recently by participating as a sponsor in one of the events that I co-hosted in early March of 2026. And so in exchange for the sponsorship she gave to our group, I offered in exchange to promote something for her. So that something was what I'm talking about here. And here's what I really want you to know is that I never felt pressured. She never even brought it up to me. She just said, here's the subject matter, here's the emails that could go out. Okay, so I did it. And you know what's interesting is I think that the Holy Spirit can kind of nudge you and give you little clues and really encourage you in a sense to check things out. But if I'm honest with you, I've come from just so much, I hate to say the word disappointment, but a lot of letdowns and disappointments along the way. I can be very skeptical when it comes to anything really, when it comes to making money online. So, of course, I had a lot of questions, I had a lot of fear, and I needed to make sure that if I was going to look into this opportunity, that I knew everything I needed to know about it that could make me a resounding yes. So I reached out to this friend who, as I mentioned, never once brought this up with me. It was just a part of her promotional material. And I said, I want to talk to you. And she was great, of course, absolutely. But there was zero pressure. And what I noticed about what she was doing is the consistency, the authenticity, and I knew I could go to her with some of the hard questions. Things like, what's the catch? Right? Or please tell me about the negatives. Tell me about the things that don't work. Because obviously, when it comes to marketing and promotion, you hear about all the good things. You don't necessarily hear about the underlying things that could actually be significant. So I wanted to know it all. And so we spent some time talking about it. And in that moment, honestly, was when it hit me that I was meant to not just join this thing, but to share my journey pre-joining and to share every step of the way. So I literally just joined yesterday. And I knew a week ago when I first shared with you that I would be, but I needed to take these steps very smartly. Is that the way to say it? Smartly. I needed to make sure that what I was doing was done thoughtfully and not from a place of impulse or just jumping irresponsibly into something. So Fast forward a week, and I was able to get in the doors yesterday. And I want to share something with you as well. I also have fears and anxiety around what will people think. It's funny how the ego works. It tries to talk you out of everything that could potentially be good for you. And so for me, that's the worry. It's like now people are going to be like, oh my God, there's Katie again. She's totally going to try to sell this thing to us. But do you know what's funny about that? I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. I sell things. Hello? And I've never experienced someone saying, oh God, it's you. Ugh. But it's funny how that works, right? We create these stories, these narratives about people and what they might think of us. And at the end of the day, what I've learned this time, it took a while to get this, is that I couldn't be more concerned with what others might perceive of me. I'm much more concerned about what God thinks of me. So this fear of judgment is dissipating, and that's the good news. Now, what I've realized is that my obedience matters more than the perception that others might have of me. And that is the beauty of stepping into who God created you to be, because why would you want to be anyone other than who you were created to be? I mean, it's to me, it's like trying to go and put on a bodysuit of a 5-year-old. It's not going to fit, it's not going to work. Why would I pretend? And so I hope that by sharing this with you, that you also recognize that in your own journey, if you're trying to squeeze into a 5-year-old bodysuit, it might be time to look at, there's probably something that fits you much, much better. And finally, I want to just explain this to you as well. I promise you next week I will have the information and more details around this opportunity because I'm just in the setup phase right now and I don't want to prematurely promote something until I'm in there and I really get into the vibe of it, right? And I really get into the groove of what it is I'm here to do. But here's what I want you to know for sure. This isn't just about money, okay? Money is important, especially in today's day and age. We all need to figure out how to generate more sources of revenue because of, well, I don't even need to say it, inflation and the gap that's just gotten bigger between the money dollar and the thing that you got to pay for. And the truth is, multiple streams of income is not only smart, it's becoming more and more important. And I know I've heard from so many people who are afraid of job security. And so what I'm here to do is create this, to take the lead on this for myself, set up and get going because I just know this is going to make a big difference for others down the road as we move forward. But this isn't just about money. This is actually about who I'm becoming. It's an opportunity for who are you becoming? This is about trusting God, and it's really stepping into full-on surrender, not intellectually like I talked about last week, but from the heart, really living it every day and acknowledging that the fears and the anxieties come. Just because you say, I trust you, God, doesn't mean that those things go away. They certainly get smaller because it's replaced with this peace that surpasses all understanding. And now I'm learning how to love from a place of trust and surrender instead of from a place of fear. Now, I don't know exactly where this is all going to go. That's the truth. But I'm walking forward in faith, and I'm here to share this journey with you honestly and with full transparency. So be sure to tune in again next week as I open up all the details of what the heck Katie's talking about. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again next week.